Well, hello everybody. We have the edge of a typhoon coming here through Ibaraki Prefecture, and it's actually been raining for the last 24 hours. I had to take water skis to get from my house to the Zendo this morning. Yakushima is just a little bit down the road. I don't think you could make it here unless you had a rowboat.
No, it's raining a lot or something.
Good to see you. No water came in the Zendo, but boy, our porch looks like a lake. We'll call it Lake Treeleaf. Today we're going to have a little mini course on digging Dogen. So you got to get your snapping ready, baby. Digging. Lovely to see all of you here. Hi, Daimon, Shonen, as always. If we lose power by any small chance, I don't think it's going to happen. Bjoen, you're in charge. You're in charge of the snapping today. All right. If you've been here before, you know what to do. And if it's your first time, just follow along. Please excuse me because of my back again. I'll be doing 3 standing bows today. Hopefully by next month, I'll be back for the full prostrations.
Makahanya Haramita Shingyo Kanji Zaibo Zatsu Go Jin Hanya Haramita Shishoken Go Onkai Kudo Isaiku Yakushari Shikifu Kufu Ishiki Shiki Sokuze Kuku Zokuze Shiki Juso Yoshiki Yakubu Nyoze Shari Shize Shohoko Sofu Shofu Metsufu Kufu Jofu Jofu Genze Koku Shumu Shikimu Joso Gyo Shikimu Genji Bize Shinmu Mu Shiki Shokomi Soku Homu Genkai Nai Shimu Ishiki Kai Mu Mu Myo Yaku Mu Mu Myo Jin Nai Shin Mu Roshi Yaku Mu Roshi Jin Mu Kushu Metsu Domu Ji Yaku Mu Toku I Mu Sho Toko Bodai Sata E Hanya Hara Mita Gushin Mu Ge Ge Mu Ke Ge Ko Mu Uku Fu Onri Isai Tendo Musuku Yone Hansan Zei Shobutsu E Hanya Haramita Kotoku Anoku Tara Sanyaku Sambodaiko Jihanya Hara Mita Taze Dai Jinshu Zei Daimyo Shuzemu Joshuzemu Toto Toshu no Jo Isai Kushin Jitsu Fukoko Setsu Hanya Haramita Shusoku Setsu Shuwatsu Washu Yate Yate Haragate Harasogyate Boji Soaka Anya Shinyo. The identity of relative and absolute. The mind of the great sage of India is infinitely conveyed west and east, while human faculties are both wise or dull. In the way there are no northern or southern ancestors. The subtle source shines clear in the light, the branching streams flow in the dark. To be attached to things is primordial illusion. To encounter the absolute is not yet enlightenment. All spheres, every sense and feel, intermingle even as they shine alone, interacting even as they merge, yet keeping their places in expressions of their own. Sights differ primarily in shape and character, and sounds in harsh or soothing tones. The dark makes all words one, the brightness distinguishes good and bad phrases. The four elements return to their true nature as a child turns to its mother. Fire is hot, water is wet, wind moves and the earth is dense. Eye and form, ear and sound, nose and smell, tongue and taste the sweet and sour. each independent of the other, like leaves that come from the same root. And though leaves and root must go back to the same source, both root and leaves have their own uses. Light is also darkness, but do not think of it as darkness. Darkness is light, do not see it as light. Light and darkness are not one, not two, like the foot before and the foot behind in walking. Each thing has its own being, which is not different from its place and function. The relative fits the absolute as a box and its lid. The absolute meets the relative like two arrow points that touch in midair. Hearing this, simply perceive what is, make no criterion. If you do not see the way, you do not see it even as you walk upon it. Walking forward in the way, you draw no nearer, progress no further. One who fails to see this truth is mountains and rivers away. Listen, those who would perceive this subtle matter. Live well your time by night and day. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now. In reciting the heart of the perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra and the identity of relative and absolute, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni, honored one, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, honored one, Soji Kaizen, honored one, all successive honored ones up until Zuigaku Rempo, honored one, and Gudo Wafu, honored one, and to all other honored ones throughout history, same yet diverse honored ones, whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time. All Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna Paramita.
Zazen? Kinhin. Zazen? we will have a long Kinhin. Also, stand by for a little announcement. 1 second. Oh, I didn't need to keep everybody sitting there. I just wanted to say for today's talk, actually all of our talks, it's better if you can print out or have on screen a little what the Dogen passage that I posted at Treeleaf. It would be a little helpful to have that so you can see what he's doing there a little bit. So we have about 20 minutes until the talk. If you can just access it or print it out or follow along, it would be helpful. Okay, everybody, go ahead. Go ahead. You don't have to wait. Go on.
お久しぶりです。
はい。
もう、ジムさん、いろんなことだったんですよ。
ああ、今日座禅ですか？
今日座談来ました。
はい。今日はね、私話しますけど、
あ、OK です。
ほとんど英語ですけど、
大丈夫です。
多分ちょっとつまらないから、
いや、
座禅、話中に。
4月のファースト土曜日の時に来ました。
はいはいはいはい。それで私の話中に、なんていうの、気持ちで分かってくる。
わかります。あと、これもあるし。
はい。はい。OK。じゃあ、どうぞ。
ありがとうございます。
私、すぐ行きますので。
はい。ちょっとトイレ貸してほしいんですよ。
ごめんなさい。黒のはね、ちょっとあっちにできますか？
そうですね。はい。トイレ貸しあります？トイレ。
トイレ貸したら、うちの中です。
そうです。
はいはい。ちょっと飛び石、気をつけてください。
本当に。キリはする。もうこの頃ダメですよ。頭がもうボケちゃってる。
どこでもいいですよ。あっちでも大丈夫。あっちでも大丈夫。どの気をつけてね。OK です。道路だから、出られない。ちょうどいいです。はい。ごめんなさい、今日道路ですね。
はい、それじゃあ、 日本は雨でも、世界は晴れてるからね。
もう一回ください。
日本は雨でも、世界は晴れてます。
ああ。ね。多いですね、
ああ、そうですね。梅雨入るの早いし。
どうぞお書き、好きなところで。
失礼します。
はい。
あ、レッスンフォーミーユーズ。これ、最初、ファースこれで、
はい。
ワン、ツー、
はい。3本指で。
3本指。
はい。
で、
ちょっと。
あ、押しながらね。
ちょっとだけね。
それで、これは
後ろ。はい。
で、
それで座るのまっすぐのちょっと前。
で、フィニッシュは、もう一
そ
回、
れ逆。
ワン、
はい。
ツー、スリーで、これを、
その感じです。
はい、覚えて。はい、ありがとうございます。もう、4月の20日、おばさん、私のワイフのおばさんが病気でお見舞いに行ったんですよ。岐阜に。
じゃあ今日もしよろしければ、今日の座禅。
捧げるね。で、岐阜に行ったんですよ。2日後、Tuesday after。なんかです。
今日の全
そう、
部
捧げる。
おばさんに
捧げる。ありがとうございます。いいですね。
だから一生懸命。
一生懸命そうですね。その人のために。
はい。
で、ベリタイヤ、ドライビング、岐阜、往復。はい。ベリタイヤ。
今日リラックスです。
リラックス。
はい。じゃあ、ちょっと待って、今始まります。はい。どうぞお書きになってください。座禅。
座禅。
はい。
これはリラックス座禅でいいの？
リラックス座禅でもいい。
あと。
We will now have Zazen and a little, actually not Zazen. We're going to have a talk which you can sit Zazen, you can sit and relax and listen. Please don't do the internet while we're doing it, but as I said, it would be nice if you had the talk, you could see Master Dogen's words in front of you so you get some feeling for it. And if you wish to sit Zazen during the talk and just let the words flow through you, that's okay too. But today would be good to have to be able to see them a bit. Okay, we'll begin in a moment. Onkai, could you recite the verses to open the sutras? Wait, you gotta wait for me though. Jump in the dell there. 今日の話だけど全部英語ごめんなさい。
いや、全然、テキストですね。はい。おー、なんか全然。
はい、OK。
いっぱいあるんだけど。
はい。Okay, now.
The Dharma, incomparably profound and infinitely subtle, is always encountered yet rarely perceived. Now we see, hear, receive, and maintain this. May we all realize the Tathagata's true meaning. The Dharma, incomparably profound and infinitely subtle, is always encountered yet rarely perceived. Now we see, hear, receive, and maintain this. May we all realize the Tathagata's true meaning. The Dharma, incomparably profound and infinitely subtle, is always encountered yet rarely perceived. Now we see, hear, receive, and maintain this. May we all realize the Tathagata's true meaning.
Very good. Lovely to have you all here. Can you all hear okay? Hello? Give me a signal. Oh, okay. Okay, I was worried there for a second. Today is a little mini course in understanding Dogen. Dogen, Master Dogen, of course, is the fellow who brought Soto Zen to Japan and is considered our central teacher in Soto Zen. But unfortunately, many folks, and I'm one of them, struggle very much reading and understanding much of Master Dogen because he was tough. I, for years, tried to read his most famous work, Shobo Genzo. And to be honest, I couldn't get my head around it. So I thought maybe you have to be a fully enlightened being. If a Buddha could understand this, but not a mere mortal human being like me. And then I thought that maybe there was some secret code here. My own teacher, Nishijima Roshi, had his idea about what Master Dogen meant and kind of broke down each line of Master Dogen's ideas into his, he had a way of analyzing them in 4 categories. And it's very useful. And I don't think it's something to be ignored at all. But I think sometimes that there was a little bit more to Master Dogen, whereby, now this is what's a little sacrilegious. I don't think even Master Dogen always knew what he meant. Well, I should clarify that. I don't think he knew what he meant just as an idea, but I think he knew what he meant as a feeling, as a song, as a poem. He was trying to convey a certain insight and feeling. You know, we listened last night. I listened. I'm going to post it later. Chris Bathke, who's one of our regular sitters here, sent me the winner of the Clyburn competition playing Rachmaninoff, an 18-year-old boy from Korea. Magnificent. I listened to it. It runs about an hour. I listened to it 3 times yesterday, and sometimes I was in tears. What did Rachmaninoff mean by that music on the keyboard? There are no words. What did Rachmaninoff mean? Rachmaninoff meant a feeling, you see, a feeling, a music. Jazz, you see, is sometimes conveyed with words, but it's the feeling, you know. It's trying to express something in very, shall we say, inspired, creative, new ways to squeeze out the meaning. That's what you have to have in your heart when you read a bit of Dogen. Now, I got to tell you, this comes from inspiration by my own family. Yakshim can tell you too. Chris can tell you. I'm no musician. I'm no poet at all. I have my own quirky writing style, but I'm not a poet, and I have barely the ability to fumble my way over a guitar. But my mother was actually a professional jazz singer in the 40s and 50s. She wasn't famous or anything, but she played with all the big shots and has a string of records to her name. She was a real jazz singer and was very disappointed in her poor son, who never, I took after my father. I'll just tell you that. Very nice guy, couldn't hold a note. Well, that's me. I took off after that side of the family. And I can't play jazz, but I'll tell you something. Growing up in that house, I understood what they were doing. I could follow it in my heart. And then when I picked up Dogen, I realized that man, he's playing jazz here. Jazz with words, word jazz. So I'd like to dedicate today to Mom's memory, what we're doing, because the lesson comes from her. And it's not only, I gotta tell you, my whole family, I'm such a disappointment in my whole family. I'm the black sheep. My sister was a ballet dancer. My uncle Bob was Leonard Bernstein's assistant conductor at the New York Philharmonic in the 1950s for a while. And he was in charge of something called the Young People's Concerts. Uncle Bob would organize these concerts to teach young people the beauties of classical music. And they would usually do something like Peter and the Wolf or something like that. Well, also, I'm going to dedicate today to Uncle Bob because I was another disappointment to him as well. Again, have no abilities that that side of the family has, but I'm going to make today a little bit of a young people's concert. You know, where they used to take you and force you to listen to Peter and the Wolf, and you were supposed to understand. Anybody have this experience? They took you and they dragged you and they played Peter and the Wolf, and they said that's a bassoon and that's a violin, and now you understand classical music. It washed over me. But I can tell you, within 40 minutes, I'm going to get you to understand a little bit of what Dogen was on about. Because Dogen took the old standards, like the jazz musician takes an old classic standard. Could be Happy Birthday. It could be Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, or, any song, Fly Me to the Moon, anything, and starts to syncopate the time, bend the time, make crazy references, pull in things that seem like non sequiturs, but like someone who's doing rap today, somehow the words connected just resonate with something, you see. Like a DJ who's sampling various sounds, just because they're interesting sounds that go together, something new and alive springs forth. 800 years ago, Master Dogen was way ahead of the whole crowd, because this is exactly what he was doing here. He was taking the old standard Buddhist classics. The teachings are in there, man. Don't get me wrong. He's just not saying crazy stuff. He's working from a classic teaching, and then he explodes it. Just makes it head off like fireworks in different directions to see what animal emerges, you see. That's the jazz. That's what Dogen does. And it's not a worthless, meaningless exercise, because the way you don't want to only understand this with your brain, you want to feel it in the bones, which is what you do with music. When I heard that kid playing Rachmaninoff yesterday, man, it was right in my bones, right in my heart, man. The tears were down my eyes. That's what Dogen does, you see. So to understand Dogen, I'm going to take you through like my Uncle Bob with the Peter and the Wolf, okay? Please excuse me. First, I'm going to tell you a little Buddhist musicology. You got to understand a little bit of what is being referred to here. Then Dogen works with the old standard, which is already pretty wild, man. It's the Lotus Sutra. The Lotus after the time of the actual historical Buddha, but attempted to channel the Buddha. You got a hand wave if you got me. Hello, hello? Okay. So the Lotus Sutra channels Buddha with these wild images. It's already pretty wild. And Dogen takes that wild and wilds it even more. You got it? So I'm quoting a little from my book here, which was The Zen Master's Dance, A Guide to Understanding Dogen and Who You Are in the Universe. And I just said this. I believe that Dogen was often trying to impress his listeners with a hot set of startling phrases. I don't think he was ever just putting on a show. He said what he meant, and he meant what he felt, you see. Dogen was being true to the Buddha's sound. With Dogen, we have to learn to feel the music more than just intellectually understand the score. I compare him to John Coltrane or what Picasso did to a table. Chris, this is dedicated to you too, man, because I just mentioned you. You know I have no musical talent, and here I am talking music today. By the way, I just mentioned the Rachmaninoff. I listened to it 3 times yesterday. Chris is the one who turned me on to this kid. It was wild. I'll post it later. All right. So to me, Master Dogen was blowing his Shobo Genzo sax, saxophone, riffing, rocking, rolling, ranting, and roof raising by expressing, folding, bending, fractalizing, unfolding, straightening out again, teasing, releasing the standard tunes of the old sutras and old koans. That's what he's doing here. Okay. Very interesting. He's very much like the beatniks from the 50s. I posted some beatnik poetry. There's a lot of resonance there. So you guys, man, when you dig what we're doing today, I want to see some snapping, okay? Right? All right. Light your cigarettes. I'm going to give you permission today, man. We're beatniks. Actually, don't do that. Don't do that. But figuratively. All right, put on your berets. Grab your coffee. We're in the coffee house. All right? Ready? All right, let's dig some Nyorai Zenshin, the Buddha's whole body. He quotes from the Lotus Sutra, which is set as a lecture, a talk that never historically happened, on Vulture Peak, this mountain in India that I had a chance to visit. And all the great divas and bodhisattvas and lay people, thousands of them are gathered there to hear this talk. The talk's about a stupa. A stupa is what you'd call maybe a pagoda, one of those towers that you'd see as a temple. I got to start you off with a little history here. When the Buddha died, Buddhism became kind of a cult of the stupa. What happened is they took his ashes, they really divided them up really nice. Everybody got a little. And they built these stupas that are still existing. If you go to India, you can see the remains of many of them. But there are also, you see them in Thailand, even here in Japan. Even here, I posted a picture. I've got one right outside. And inside there would be some of the ashes of the Buddha, you see. And the stupa eventually became known as the Buddha's body, and they would worship the stupa. You know how this goes in religion, right? Suddenly the stupa became the body of the man. People would go to worship the stupa. The one here, actually, I brought from my trip to India. I have a lotus leaf, not a lotus leaf, a leaf from the Bodhi tree that came from where the sutra, the Buddha sat to be enlightened, and it's in our stupa here. So here they're talking about the Buddha's body as a stupa. And there's just worshipful atmosphere. Everybody's coming to worship the stupa, and they give the flowers, and they ring the bells, and the stupa is made of the precious gems, which are gold and silver, and lapis lazuli. I don't even know what that is. I never actually understood what that, but it's one of those precious gems, okay? That's what we have here, all right? Once on Vulture Peak in Rajagraha, India, Sakyamuni Buddha said to Vaishajaraja, Bodhisattva Mahasattva, the Bodhisattva medicine king. We're already into some magical state. It's like a character from the Lord of the Rings, like I could say to you, Frodo, or one of those. Who is this fellow with this incredible name? Nobody really knows. It's just he's not someone who appears regularly, but he was there with this incredible name, the Bodhisattva medicine king. Vaishajaraja. This is the Lotus Sutra. This is not Dogen. This is the Lotus Sutra being read. Wherever a sutra is expounded, read, chanted, copied, or kept. Because the sutra now also became the sacred words of the Buddha, you see. The Buddha is long dead, but we have his words in sutras. And the sutra becomes a stupa, you see, which is also the body of the Buddha. A 7-treasure stupa, tall, wide, and solemn, is erected. But do not enshrine the Buddha's relics in it. Don't stick dead ashes. Don't stick dead bones. It's alive, man. The reason is that a stupa embodies the Tathagata's entire body. The stupa is the Buddha's entire body, but he doesn't mean the physical body, man. He means the body, the whole works, the whole thing, man, body. You see, this is not even Dogen. This is the Lotus Sutra with this mystical image that the stupa is the sutra, which is the whole body of the Buddha, which is the whole wild, fantastic thing, which is you and me too, you see. You see, this is a fantastic image. The stupa embodies the Tathagata's entire body, so make offerings of all sorts of flowers and incense and jewels and canopies and banners, play music and give chanting verses to respect, to revere, and to admire the stupa, which is the Buddha's body, which is the whole thing, you see. When people see this stupa, bow and make offerings to it, for they know that they are closer to they are as close can be to unsurpassable complete enlightenment. Okay, now that's the original image there. You got the Buddha, which is the words of the Buddha, the sutra, which is the pagoda, which is the whole thing, man, which is you and me too, of course. Now you can see already when I'm playing Dogen's jazz, I'm also going to improvise a bit on Dogen's jazz too, with a little Jundo jazz to just mess up Dogen's jazz, who's already messing up the Lotus Sutra, which is already messing up the Buddha's teachings. You see, it's a mess, man. It's a cosmic mess. You got it? Snapping, please. Did you dig it? Do you dig it? All right. Now here's Dogen. He picks up his horn. Here he goes, right? He's going to blow. Miles Davis, Miles Dogen. All right. In this way, man, a sutra is expounded, read, chanted, man. It's copied. It's copied, man. You don't even need ink and a pen. You don't need paper. It's copied. It's chanted. A sutra is reality. Guys, reality. The sutra is reality, man. That's the chanting. That's the expounding. That's the whole thing, man. To build a 7-treasure stupa, man, you don't need bricks. You don't need wood, man. Because to build a 7-treasure stupa is to build reality. Dig it. The stupa's height, you can't measure that, man. Oh, actually, you can measure it. It's that small. It's as vast as the cosmos, man. That's the stupa's height. The stupa's breadth, man. It's as wide can be, and as short as a micron of a micron, man. The stupa's height and breadth are the scale of reality. A stupa embodies the Tathagata's entire body. That means the stupa is the Tathagata's entire body. reality. Yes. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Thus, expounding, reading, chanting, copying, and so on are the Tathagatas. Say it with me. Entire body. Reality. Yeah. Yeah. So make offerings, man. You don't go to a flower store and buy some cheap flowers. You don't grab a stick of incense like this incense over here. No, man, make offerings, the real offerings of all sorts, the real flowers, the incense, man, that you can't even hold in your hand, the jewels, the canopies, banners, the music and chanting, verses to respect, to revere, and admire. The stupa. Not stupid, man. I'm not being stupid. This is the stupa. Okay? Not just regular incense. We offer regular incense and we chant regular chants, but he's saying offer the heavenly flowers, man. The heavenly incense. The heavenly canopies. And so on. These are all marks of, say it with me. Say it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. These are all marks of reality. Dig it. Dig it. Or offer excellent flowers, man. The original Japanese Chinese word is like it's excellent, but it means like you can't believe how excellent this is. Excellent, man. Offer these excellent flowers. Offer this excellent incense. Offer this renowned robes, man. Renowned garments of the human realm. These are all marks of, yeah, man. Reality. Just reality. Just right here, man. So a stupa is erected. But do not enshrine the Buddha's relics in it. Man, that cat is dead. 2,500 years dead. Gone. We don't need no ashes. We don't need no old Buddha tooth. We don't need no Buddha bone. Because he's alive, man. That's where we enshrine. He's alive right here, right now. He's alive in you. I'm looking at him. He's all of this, man. That's his embody. See? So do not enshrine some dead old ashes, Buddha's relics in it. From this we know that a sutra, the words we're reading right now, this is the relics of the Tathagata, is the entire body of the Tathagata. Now there is no greater merit than seeing and hearing golden words uttered by the Buddha. Hurry up and accumulate your effort and virtue. Man, don't do this half-assed. Get going, hurry up and practice, man. When you see people bow and making offerings to the stupa, know that they are closer than close, as close can be, even though they may not know it, even though you may not know it, but you are as close can be to unsurpassable, complete enlightenment, because man, that enlightenment is the Tathagata's body, man. Reality. I'm snapping alone here, guys. When you see the tower, sincerely bow and make offerings to it. Thus all come closer to unsurpassed complete enlightenment. Closer. Now get this. This is not something you can get close to. No, you get close to being away from, because it's right here, man. That's how you get close to it, by realizing it's always here, there, and everywhere, man. So that's, he says, closer is not to come close to or to go close to. Unsurpassable complete enlightenment is all closer to. Right now, when you see those who receive, chant, elucidate, I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm elucidating. And you're my elucidates. I'm on an elucidate. Dig it. When you see those who receive, chant, elucidate, and copy a sutra, you are seeing this stupa. Rejoice that all are close, closer than close, closer than close to, closer than close from, unsurpassable, complete enlightenment. The body of Buddha, man. Reality. I'm trying to sound like a beatnik. Okay. This being so, a sutra is the Tathagata's entire body. To bow to a sutra is to bow to the Tathagata's entire body. To encounter a sutra is to encounter the Tathagata's entire body. You don't even have to read it. It can't be held down by paper. It's not a matter of ink. That sutra, by the way, is right before your eyes. Look around where you are. Here's the sutra. Your eyes are the sutra. That's right, man. Your eyes, dig it, are the sutra. You are the sutra expounding, man. Am I blowing your mind? I'm losing my place here, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if I lose my place. A sutra is the relics of the Tathagata. So the relics of the Tathagata are a sutra. If you know that a sutra is the relics of the Tathagata, if you don't know that the relics of the Tathagata are a sutra, it is not the Buddha way. It is not. No, no, no. The reality of all things right now is a sutra. この人生は全部お経です。紙に書いたお経じゃなくて、これは全部本当のお経です。これは本当の仏はね、これじゃなくて、インドになった人じゃなくて、この全部。一応全部この意味です。はい。All right now is a sutra. All right. Now he goes to all this classic Buddhist stuff. All right. It is the human realm where we live. The Deva realms where those wild, crazy Indian gods live, man. It's a wet sutra. It's empty space. I was just watching this morning. It took 17 minutes. They had the first live pictures from Mars. Anyone dig that this morning? I was watching that. It all came out. It was a little fuzzy too, but it was Mars. But that in between was a lot of empty space. It takes 17 minutes at the speed of light for the picture to get here from Mars. 17 minutes at the speed of light. Right? And then you're looking at it. It's supposed to be Mars right now, but it's Mars 17 minutes ago. Anyway, that too is the sutra. This land other lands are all the reality of all things. They're all a sutra, man. It's all relics. All of it's relics. See? He's playing with those, like a jazz guy. He's taking all those key words from the original. You had the relics, you had stupa, you had divas, and he's just mixing and matching them, man. See where they all fit together and what comes out, man. It's all the sutra, man. It's all the relics, man. You got it? The relics are the sutra is the relics is the stupa is the relics. That's like, see? And it's all true. It's all true. Whole chant alludes to relics. How do you elucidate? Got to write with bone. And unfold enlightenment. This is to follow a sutra. Now then he takes every kind of Buddha he can think of. Okay? And he says it's not just Buddha means every kind of Buddha, man. These are relics of the ancient Buddhas, those old-timey, like those jazz guys, the ancient Buddhas. It's the present Buddhas, like, I don't know, Wynton Marsalis, so he's already a little past his prime. Chris knows some better names I should be thinking of, but, it's your present Buddhas. It's your Pratyeka Buddha, old category in Buddhism. That's basically a self-made Buddha, a self-taught musician of Buddhism. Okay, kind of looked down on in Buddhism because we're supposed to be a community working together. If you teach yourself, you're kind of just doing it, you're on your own. But he's a self-taught musician of Buddhism, right? The Pratyeka Buddha. You could be a wheel-turning king, man. That means a great leader who changes the world. You could be lion kings of the Dharma, man. And there are wooden Buddhas. We got a bunch right here. Wooden Buddhas, and we got painted Buddhas, man, on a picture. And these are all relics of humans. Don't limit yourself to some painted Buddha, man. Nowadays, among Buddha ancestors in China, there are those who manifest relics while they are alive. They burn you in Buddhism, and they find little stones, little jewels. Footnote. This is a little thing. And they cherish these. They worship them. They make altars and they put them in glass and people come and bow to them. They're gallstones. Okay? They didn't know that in the old days. They would find these jewel-like things. Okay? All right? So my joke is that my high cholesterol diet is making me more sacred every day. I just passed a relic. Oh, it was painful. Anyway. Okay, so there are these Buddha ancestors in China who manifest relics while they are alive. And there are many who manifest relics after being cremated. Yes, I manifested my relic while I was alive, boy. What a day. This too shall pass. But anyway, such relics are all sutras. Shakyamuni Buddha said to the assembly, I practiced the bodhisattva path in my past life. The long life I have achieved by this has not been exhausted. My lifespan will be doubled in my future life. There's a part of the Lotus Sutra where it's all kind of, the Buddhas didn't die 2,000 years ago. He turns out to be kind of timeless. He just kind of like Elvis faked his death. All right. Like that guy in that other religion, who they opened the cave and he's not there, I hate to tell you, we kind of got that belief in Buddhism too. So somehow the Buddha died in India, but he never really did. He's up there with Elvis, man. He's still here, walking this earth somewhere, everywhere, all right? The Buddha's kind of timeless, because he's not limited to the body, man. He's not bones and ashes. It's this everything, which is, say it with me, reality. Yes. Okay. The relics of 84 to approximately 25 bushels are no other than the Tathagata's timeless life. Not sure where that measure comes from, but sounds big. How much is the lifespan of one who practiced the bodhisattva path in the past life beyond the boundary of the billion worlds? You know, this was written thousands of years ago. They didn't know there was actually a billion worlds. Now we look up with the Webb Space Telescope, and there is. There are billions, not only billions, there are billions of billions, right? They didn't know about it back then, but yet here we are talking about it. Beyond the boundary of the billion worlds is the Tathagata's entire body, is the sutra. Now, people get confused here. Are we talking like some god, Buddha the god? Now get this. Buddha was a man who lived in India. The word Buddha also came from the wisdom which was possessed by the Buddha who was in India. The Buddha's wisdom, was that all things are this wholeness, this greatness, this wonder. So that's the Buddha. When we use that other sense of Buddha, it means this whole thing. Okay, it's not a god. It's another code word for everything, man. Emptiness, the whole thing. All right, reality. You got it. But the man in India is the stupa, is the ashes, is the relic, is the whole thing. You and me too. You got it. We'll read a little more and then we'll stop for today because you don't have to. This is not something you have to finish. It's just the music. Prajnakuta Bodhisattva said, another Bodhisattva, but I think this is his only appearance in all of Buddhism. I see that Shakyamuni Buddha was engaged in difficult and painful practice through innumerable ceaselessly pursuing the Bodhisattva path. When I observe the billion worlds, there is not even a little tiny poppy seed that is not a place where this Bodhisattva gave up his life for the sake of other beings. Thus he achieved the path of enlightenment. From this I know that the billion worlds are a piece of his compassionate heart, a bit of his boundless realm, the Tathagata's entire body. It is beyond whether he did or did not give up his life. Let's go to the big finale here. Like that kid playing Rachmaninoff. Boy, man, the last couple of minutes there, I thought he was going to jump right through the piano. Beautiful. Here we go. Thus, relics are neither before nor after the Buddha. It's not just some ashes that were left after the Buddha, man. These relics are neither before nor after the Buddha, nor do they stand shoulder to shoulder with the Buddha. Being engaged in difficult and rigorous practice through innumerable eons is the Buddha's womb, man, where all things are born. And his abdomen activities. I don't know what that means. It's his abdomen activities. Frankly, sounds a little dirty there. I don't know what that means. Okay? But it's something fertile and vibrant. I don't know, man, but whatever the Buddha's womb and abdomen activities is, that's what this is. The Buddha's skin, man, his flesh, his bones, not just the bones, the marrow of the bones is this. This is spoken of ceaselessly. He makes further effort after attaining Buddhahood. He just didn't, attain Buddhahood and give it up. He kept going. That's why our practice keeps going, man. You're already Buddha. I'm already Buddha. He's already Buddha. You already keep Buddha, but you don't stop. You keep going. He goes further and further, giving guidance to the billion worlds, man. This is the activity of the Tathagata's entire body. Now you understand, Dogen? I don't even think Dogen would have understood Dogen, but Dogen felt exactly what Dogen was doing. Thank you. That is our presentation of Peter and the Wolf. Any questions? Once again, I've left everyone too stunned to breathe. Yes, Bjorn. No.
I got nothing.
Yakshim, let me ask you as a poet. You're our poet. I want to ask your opinion. Yakshim is actually our poet in residence here at Treeleaf. So what do you think of what Dogen's doing here? Do you think that's basically what the game he was playing?
Yes, I could feel now, like also like yes, because it's movement. I think yes, I feel like a movement, and to feel the movement is the way I can feel his words also, like going, coming. So this is was very illustrative to hear it also like in a poetic sense of the word.
I think that's one of the reasons Tanahashi Sensei, in some ways, is one of the better or best translations. Nishijima, also, of course, excellent translator of Shobogenzo, very precise to the original, and loses for that reason some of the musicality, some of the wordplay, because it was very, very much just translating, reading what it said. Tanahashi went the other way. Tanahashi sometimes goes away from exactly what it says because he wants to get the play in the words. He wants to get a little of the poetry and the game. But even when you read either of them, if you try to read it straight, and you try to analyze, okay, now why is a sutra a stupa, which is the ashes? Let me try to understand this intellectually. It'll get you so far. I mean, he had a point here. What was he trying to say? Everything is everything, man. And it's all alive. And it's all vibrant right here. And it's all you and me. And if you open your eyes, which by the way are Buddha too, you're going to see all this, which is the Buddha, which is the whole thing, which is the guy in India, which is his real lasting remainder that we have with us right now. See, the point is not hard to understand. That's what he's saying. It's all right here. It's all alive. It's all vibrant right here. Okay? And all this wordplay, that's all he's trying to do in his own way. All right? If you just say, oh, this is everything and this is the Buddha, man, it's not the same as writing this music here. Okay? Anything else before we go? Chris, maybe I'll put you on the spot. You're the actual musician and jazz fan. Do you hear the jazz in Dogen?
Yeah, definitely. His phrasing is very musical. And when you heard my recital today again, and my lack of my tin ear and my lack of musicality, you can understand why I am the black sheep in my family. I got a hunch that Mom and Uncle Bob are rolling over in their ashes right now. But anyway, I tried, and that's it. All right, if that's it, can we have the verse to close the sutras?
May the merits of these teachings penetrate into each thing in all places, so that we and every sentient being together may realize the Buddha's way. All Buddhas throughout space and time. All Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna, Paramita.
All right, we haven't danced the hokey pokey for a while, but I found a jazzy hokey pokey. If you can get up, please do dance with us. Stretch those legs too. This is also a sacred ritual, man. Throw yourself into the music. That's also an offering to the stupa, you know. If some of you can't get up so easily, just snap your fingers and move along where you are. You're with us, all right? 今踊ります。
はい。
これは、アメリカに
うん
人気の、
うん
なんていうの、結婚式の披露宴に踊るけど、楽しいだけど、
楽しい
ちょっと、運動みたいですね。私、真似してください。
はい。
はい。
Okay, who knows how to do the hokey pokey?
I think everyone knows how to do the hokey
Do
pokey.
you think so?
Gosh,
Come
I
on,
hope so.
everybody stand up, stand
Come on,
up,
kids.
Come on, get ready.
Time to have some fun.
You remember how it goes, don't ya? You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left hand in, you put your left hand out, you put your left hand in, then you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. You put your right leg in, you put your right leg out, your right leg in, and then you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. You put your left leg in, you put your left leg out, your left leg in, and then you shake it all about. And you do the hokey pokey, you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. You put your whole self in, your whole self out, your whole self in, and then they shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, then you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self out, your whole self in, and then you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, and you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. Yes, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, dig it. All right. ちょっとクレイジー。はい。Serious.
Kinhin? You want to read the Zazen? Zazen のように、とにかく悩むことがあれば、全部 OK。完璧。今回は15分だから、もし休んでも大丈夫。外に散歩しても、ストレッチしても。あとね、書いてもいい。やってみます。はい。 頑張ってみますね。
はい。
今日最終土曜日だから、
はい。
座禅4時間中座禅ですね。8時からお昼まで、12時まで。だから大丈夫？
いや、そしたら、帰ります。
はい。もし興味あれば、次のことはね、 東南アジア仏教から来ました、
はい
親愛教、
はい
親愛、
しない。
苦しんでいる人の平和、踊りじゃないんですけど、心に感じてお願いする英語になった。次に、日本の部分使わないですか、ね。
大丈夫、大体なんとなく大丈夫です。
帰りますか、残りますか、
次って12時から。ちょっと少しだけ興味あるな。でも途中だと申し訳ないから。
途中で書いても
いいですか
けど、書きになってください。私、簡単に本に通訳します。
じゃあ、12時半ぐらいまで。
いやいや、12時まで。あと
12時。20分。OK。
OK。じゃあ、書きに。
今日8時からやってたんですか？
そう。だから話長い。ごめんなさいね。
ファースト土曜日は
最初の土曜日、8時から
12時。
他の土曜日はね、10時からね。
はい。
いつでも大体。
まあ、エニタイム。
ごめんなさい、長い話で。
大丈夫です。あとね、これね。
つきました、気持ち。
気持ちはつきました。勉強、日本語にしようかと思って。
意味は、ごめんなさい、皆さん、話してますよ。意味はね、道元先生ございます。彼の消防伝説はね、すごい読みにくい。だから、詩か歌みたいに、言葉の意味、言葉の感じ
感じる。
だから私伝えたかったので、すごいクリエイティブに、詩みたいんだけど、読んだら意味はね、ちょっとおかしいかもしれないですけど、彼の気持ちはね、この全部はね、全部はね、ある意味でブーダ。
まあ、わかります。その気持ちは。
これ、1。OK、じゃあ、おかけになってください。We will now recite the Metta verses. Please make yourself at home. You can sit Zazen and chant along, or you can sit and relax. We have a fellow here who speaks primarily Japanese, so I'm trying to give him today. So the basic idea is this is actually a visualization exercise. So you feel it in your heart. Don't just say the words. You really wish this to. Okay, imagine you were really wishing it to your best friend, to your mother, to your kid, to your whoever. You really feel this when you say it. I want you to be at peace. You don't just say the words. You really feel it. You want them to know peace. ね、本当に感じてください。この種に、相手に、本当に平和を感じて、本当に平和になってください。ね、そういう意味ね。Now we start with 最初は親戚。We start with a relative. Then 次は友達。Then a friend. Then 赤他人。ほとんど知らない人。ほとんど知らない人ね。Someone you barely know. Then 一番難しいはね、難しい人。本当にね、なんか人生に、自分の人生にこの人は邪魔になるね。彼にも。Then 生きている人の全部。Okay? Then we do it for the difficult person with the idea that if they knew peace, they would not be so. And then we do it for all sentient beings. I wonder if I missed somebody. Oh yeah, ourselves. Sorry, 最初は自分。We start with ourselves. I knew I forgot somebody. I forgot me. That's good in Buddhism to forget yourself, but I did. Okay. So, remember, really feel this. Okay? What's that I? Your I. Please say it along if you can just listen. May I be free of suffering. 私の苦しみなくなるお願いします。May I feel safe and still. 私の心安全か、静かになって。ね。May I be free of enmity. 怒っている、腹が立っていること捨てて、ね、なくなる。腹が立てないように。ね。May I be free of enmity. May I be loving, grateful, and kind. 愛情、感謝、
なんていうの、親しさ
親愛ラブ。
しない。はい。で、心いっぱい切って、ね、そういう感じ。Loving, grateful, and kind. May I be healthy and at ease in all my ills. 元気で、じゃない時でも満足して。それ大事。みんないつも元気じゃないから、
そうですね。
元気じゃない時でも、なんとか満足して。
難しい。
いや、難しいね。So he said it's difficult to feel peace when you're sick. Right, it is. Yeah, but that's what we're wishing. Please be healthy, and because you won't always be healthy, may I be at ease in all my ills. May I be at peace, embracing all conditions of life. 心が平和になって、人生の状態、世界の状態、全部認めます。その意味。大体通じました。
わかります。
はい。Okay. Next, someone in your family, someone you love, Shinseki. May they be free of suffering. Kurushimi ga nai. May they feel safe and still. Anzen, shizuku na kanji. May they be free of enmity. Okorenai yoni. May they be loving. Aijo. May they be loving, grateful, kansha, and kind, shitashisa. May they be healthy, genki de, and at ease in all their ills, genki ga nai toki, manzoku. May they be at peace, heiwa ni natte, embracing all conditions of life, jinsei no zenbu no jotai mitamete kudasai, yurushite kudasai. Okay, next, a friend. I got some on the screen here. How to choose. I'm going to just have to chant for all you guys and anybody watching at home later. Okay, you're all included in mine, okay? Yes, it's okay. You can include me in yours. Please. Somebody please do. I could use it. Okay? I guess it's okay to request metta for yourself. Why not? Okay? So I give and take. We can all give and receive. Okay? All right. May you be free of suffering. May you feel safe and still. May you be free of enmity. May you be loving, grateful, and kind. May you be healthy, and when you're not, at ease in all your ills. May you be at peace, embracing all conditions of life. 次はほとんど知らない人。例えば、okay? Okay? May they be free of suffering. May they feel safe and still. May they be free of enmity. May they be loving, grateful, and kind. May they be healthy and at ease in all their ills. May they be at peace, embracing all conditions of life. Now, the important thing there, by the way, even though it's someone you barely know, you should say it with the same feeling as if it was your brother, as if it was your mother. ほとんど知らない人だけど、心の中にね、もしその知らない人、私のお母さん、私の、兄とか、そういう自分の子供とか、そういう気持ちで言う方がいい。知らない人だから、本当に親戚と同じね。The same as if it's someone you love. Okay? All right. Let's see. What's next? Where was I? Oh, the difficult person. 難しい人。本当にその難しい人、安全と平和分かったら、難しくことしない。 その気持ちで言う。ね。今難しい。ね。今嫌い。だけど、ね。もし平和あったら、そうしない。だから、Okay, so you say it to the difficult person with the idea that if they truly knew peace and health, they would not be so. And even if it's someone no longer with us, people in the future who are like this, we hope they know peace so they don't do bad things. Okay? Who should I choose? So many, unfortunately. May he be free of suffering. May he feel safe and still. May he be free of enmity, underlined, asterisk, big time. May he be loving, oh boy, grateful, kind. I'll double, triple that because this guy needs it. Loving, grateful, kind, loving, grateful, kind. Really, a lot more loving, grateful, kind, okay? May he be healthy and at ease in all his ills. May he be at peace, so he makes peace around him, embracing all conditions of life. Okay? 今、人間だけじゃなくて、生きているもの、世界中にも同じ。ね、みんな。自分も、みんなね。All of us, okay? All sentient beings everywhere. In the billion worlds, let's include them too. Okay? May we be free of suffering. May we feel safe and still. May we be free of enmity. May we be loving, grateful, and kind. May we be healthy and at ease in all our ills. May we be at peace, embracing all conditions of life. Okay. So, now, 今5分の座禅だけど、もしよろしければ、あっちに座っても、楽に座禅。5分で。Okay. We're going to have a 5 minutes where you are, sit as you are, Zazen. Crossing the legs is optional. You can go back if you wish. Okay. I'll give our friend here a moment to get settled. Remember, Zazen is never a matter of long or short if it's timeless in the heart. We will now recite the verse of atonement and the 4 vows. 今、いつものお経、最後のお経です。One second. Give me a second to straighten up here. Gotcha. あ、いや、立て。前に渡した書いてあるね。書いてある。はい。
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old, on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and mind, now I atone for them all. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable.
All right, thank you, everyone. I'd like to show everyone. Here's my lotus stupa I brought from China many years ago. See, stupa the size is not everything. They don't have to be huge. But this week, I wish you all that your relics shall be sutras, shall be Buddha, shall be even the gallstones are sacred, man. Remember, it's all reality, man. All right. See you guys. Have a good week. Thanks, Ralph. Thanks, Chris, everybody. Daimon. Thank you, Onkai. Yon. Mark. Okay, I'll turn off the other. I'm not going to forget. There we go.